bring in Texas Department of Public Safety spokesperson Lieutenant Chris Olivarez, who is on the border front lines. Lieutenant, it's always good to have you on the show. What do you make of the location choices for these dueling visits today? Trump in Eagle Pass, Biden in Brownsville.
Well, good morning, Markie. So we know for a fact, of course, as you mentioned, in some of the reporting there, Brownsville, Texas, at one point was a problematic area where we saw an increase in illegal border crossings. That was back in May of last year, leading up the week to Title 42. Now, of course, that would have been the moment where the president should have visited the border because he would have seen firsthand thousands of illegal immigrants that were coming across, the frustrations, the strain on federal resources to be able to process thousands of illegal immigrants that were coming across. Also get to see what Texas did by fortifying some of those areas along the river, by placing concertina wire. National Guard did a tremendous job during that particular moment where we were able to stem the flow of potentially thousands more that could have come across that week leading up to Title 42. Now you look at Eagle Pass. Eagle Pass obviously has been a problematic area for the last 3 years. It's been ground zero for illegal border crossings. You look in December, we're averaging anywhere from 3,000 to 4,000 a day that were coming across, and Border Patrol had to make a makeshift processing center under a bridge at Shelby Park where the former president will be visiting. Now, one thing is the former president will get to see firsthand how Texas was able to stem that flow by placing concertina wire, shipping containers along the river, and being able to prevent any illegal border crossings from taking place. And ever since then, ever since the beginning of January, there has not been any illegal border crossings at the Shelby Park area. And if there has been, those individuals are single adults, and they have been arrested for state charges. So there's a difference, there's a contrast between the areas. Obviously, of course, there is politics involved with this, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I think that what's very appreciative is that the former president will visit an area that was very problematic and we'll get to see witness firsthand how Texas was able to actually step up those efforts and prevent potentially more illegal border crossings.
And outside of just seeing things firsthand, I mean, you know this better than anybody else. These border delegation trips are usually heavy on camera clicks and political theater, but light on meaningful change. I mean, outside of seeing it, for themselves firsthand, what good comes from today?
Well, I mean, obviously, we have to see what's going to happen as far as with the two visits, right? And see how that message is going to come across the American people. And the American people can decide to see what visit or see what message is going to really pertain to them and how we're going to see some change moving forward. I mean, we do need some change. I mean, not just from the standpoint of the American people, but even from a law enforcement perspective. I mean, it's been very challenging for us as a state police agency in the last 3 years. I mean, you look at everything we've been doing the last 3 years through Governor Abbott's Operation Lone Star, the billions of dollars that we have been able to use taxpayer money to fund a border operation where the federal government should be doing as far as taking on that responsibility. So I think it's going to be in the hands of the American people to decide how that message is going to come across and see what visit is going to be most effective and to see what kind of change we can see moving forward.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.